Good afternoon. We'll call to order the Tuesday, March 4th Trades Licensing Board meeting. I'll now take the roll. Mr. Armstrong.
Present.
Mr. Reeves.
Present.
Mr. Panitsky.
Here.
Mr. Newber.
Present.
Mr. Dietrich. Mr. Ziwi.
Here.
Mr. Sessler.
Here.
Mr. Bretz.
Here.
Mr. Schaaf.
Here.
Mr. Holland.
Here.
Mr. Collins.
Here.
Mr. Yatsko.
Here.
Alrighty, roll call has been taken. Everyone has been given the meeting minutes. If there's no objection, I'll take a motion to approve the previous meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Mr. Ziwi. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Sessler. Any questions on the motion? Any questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? The motion passes. There is no secretary report for today, so we'll move on to the public comment section. Is there any public comment? Any public comment? Being that there's none, we'll move on to the correspondence, and there is no correspondence, there is correspondence this month, excuse me. Having a little technical issue. A gentleman wanted to come and speak about getting his license reinstated, and in the correspondence section it says Mr. Brian Law submitted a letter of intent regarding the reinstatement of his City of Erie Master Electrician license that was held for 2 years. Mr. Law's license has been lapsed since 2022 and will incur the fees in the amount of $1,500 if reinstated. And due to a technical problem, he could not join us in the meeting, although he can hear us. So is there any discussion on that?
Christie, so was he licensed with the city before then?
Yes, he was licensed for 2 years.
Okay, so 2 years license. He just let it lapse?
My understanding is that he was with a solar contractor. They were doing solar.
Okay.
And the company folded up or went out of business. And then he didn't know that he had to do what he had to do to,
Maintain his license?
Right.
Okay.
that's my basic understanding of it.
He's aware that he's gonna pay the back fees.
I believe the code office has,
I let him know that was up to the board if he had to pay that.
well, that's always been the policy of this board is to,
Yep.
you have to pay the back fees. So, I don't know that we need to take any action on that. That's up to the code office to do the fee. We can do it. It doesn't matter to me. Oh, okay, we'll make it official.
I'll make a motion that he pays the back fees and he renews his license, gets his license.
That motion was made by Mr. Armstrong. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Bretz. Are there any questions on the motion? Any questions on the motion? Being that there's none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? The motion passes. That concludes the correspondence part of the meeting. Moving on to old business. Tony Harper appeared in front of the board regarding a possible violation of the City of Erie Contractor License Ordinance. The violation was unfounded and a written warning was mailed out January 8th to Mr. Harper. That was part of last month's meeting, January. A letter was mailed out on February 5th, 2025 to the following applicant informing them that they were approved: Jeff Hampy. A letter was mailed out February 5th, 2025 to inform applicant Jonathan McLeod that his application was tabled. New business. I might go out of order on these if you don't mind. Let's go with review plumbing. There's only one of those. Review plumbing applications, that's Kelly Gerardine.
Leave one on the back, if
I'm sorry?
you got one on the back as well.
A plumbing?
Yeah, on plumbing, there's,
Oh, there is two. My fault. Well, we'll start with Kelly Gerardine. Mr. Gerardine or Gerardine works for David Winston. Master 69. It appears as though he has enough time this year. He's right on top of it. verifier page is all filled out. The application is signed. He's included letters of recommendation. I don't see any issue with this application.
Did I miss, did he serve an apprenticeship someplace?
No, he served an on-the-job apprenticeship with Dave Winston, so he's going for the journeyman test. And he has the adequate number of hours, according to his application.
Who's that letter from?
Hold on.
I think he wrote that.
Oh, okay.
Eddie Christie.
Yeah, he put some very detailed information in here. It's his resume, looks like. Yeah, it's like his summary.
This is just to take the journeyman test, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
I'll make the motion that we
Mr.
can. move forward.
Mr. Paniski makes the motion to allow Mr. Gerardine to take the exam. Is there a second? Seconded by Mr. Armstrong. Are there any questions on the motion? Any questions on the motion? Being that there's none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The motion passes to grant the application. Next, we have Sean Schreiber for a journeyman license. It looks like he has,
I think he's got all his paperwork in.
he has, I believe he has a license in Allegheny County.
There you go, a master's with no verification.
Wants to obtain a journeyman here.
Oh, yeah, because he holds a journeyman.
It says that he holds a journeyman.
Right.
April 27, and wants to obtain one a year because he doesn't have a verified.
Right. There's no verification. And we don't reciprocate with Allegheny?
Nope.
I think we'd have to just send him back to fill out his paperwork correctly and then resubmit.
Needs a
We
verifier.
can't,
Well,
we can't
paperwork's
approve.
correct, and this doesn't have a verified.
There's- I don't know how he would get one.
No.
You have to work in Erie for
Right.
requirements.
Yeah, it works out of Slippery.
Go there. I'll make a motion to deny it.
It's a motion by Mr. Reeves to deny that application,
Second.
seconded by Mr. Sessler. Yeah, that'd be fine. Thank you.
And if you would, Christie, just scroll down through that thing.
We could just talk to him.
Master O2. It is signed or it's not signed? Oh,
Well, he signed it and put an arrow down.
Well, he did one and went. The lazy man.
I mean, I get more concerned about when there's no, when it's blank.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's okay.
I do too, but I don't know if that's,
Did the line thing, yeah. Hey, at least he got an arrow.
it's a notarized document that has no signatures on, or initials on each one of those lines that's outlined. I know I'm splitting hairs here, but I don't know if that holds up.
I'm not, the solicitor's not here, so I can't answer that question either. I I mean, if that's a concern, we could send it back and have them.
Is there a condition or an issue with this guy?
I didn't see anything
No, I
that,
think everything's fine with that.
Everything else,
Yeah.
fine. I mean, if you got a question, you can ask the gentleman sitting right here in front
well,
of you.
we could approve it contingent to him
Contingent
returning.
upon-
I know what you're saying. Capabilities. What I have a hang up on is that legally binding to draw an arrow through that?
Well, we could make it an approval contingent on him returning the paperwork correctly.
I'll make a motion to that effect.
Okay, so the motion on the floor is to approve this application contingent on Mr. Grimm returning the paperwork on the verifier page initialed appropriately. And there's a second by Mr. Panitsky. Yes, Christie?
Can I give the license once it's provided, or does it have to come back to the board?
It does not need to come back here. That's an amendment to the motion, does not need to come back for approval.
And Christie, I'm not looking to make work for somebody. If you pass in a solicitor, and you hand that to him and say, does that count?
I'm good with that.
I'm good with
Then I'm
that.
good with that.
Yeah, we
I
just
just
want,
want to make sure the i's are dotted, the t's are crossed.
okay, there's a motion made and seconded. Is there any questions on the motion? Any questions on the motion? Being that there's none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? The motion passes. Oh, abstention by Mr. Newber? The motion passes with an abstention from Mr. Newber. Okay. Last, for electrical, is Jonathan McLeod. We've seen this one before. This is the one we sent back for no signature. Is that correct?
I have issue with this one. He's working for Shalcam, and Shalcam never had a contract, or a master working for them until Bill first came on about a year and a half ago. And before that, he had Bill White pulling permits for him, but wasn't an employee. Or Dale White, and he was not an employee. So technically, Jonathan McLeod's only worked for like 2 years under a master.
Who's the verifier?
Bill
guy-
first.
The two-year master
The-
at the company.
We had a meeting about this at one time.
Yes.
I remember, yep.
It says in his application that he worked for him from 2/13/23 till present.
Well, then he wouldn't have enough time
He
working
doesn't have
under
enough time.
Right.
a master
Right.
by the
Bill-
way that the requirement's written. I agree with Mr. Ziwi on
I
that.
agree too.
Could he, you can have more than one verifier, right? So
But
would
he
have to go
worked,
to the old-
he wrote on his thing that he only worked at Shalcam, but Shalcam was never a licensed contractor in the city until Bill first. I don't know what the date was. I'm guessing it was a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago.
I'm assuming it's when Bill
Probably 213,
put it for the 20,
right?
22nd of 2023.
Well, that's probably when Bill,
February when Bill came on, so Bill
That's
only,
only 2 years.
Bill
Right.
only was going to sign it for the time that he was the master. He wasn't going to sign off on it prior to, so he did
okay,
put the dates that he was, from the time he was Shelton's master.
okay.
Prior
Right.
to that, it was,
But if he worked for Shalcam prior to that, there was never a master there, right?
well, yeah, it was
So he wouldn't meet the qualifications under hours of a master.
Correct.
No, other way. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Right there. He doesn't meet the requirements.
Well, that's for
That's for
That's for
masters.
master,
Yeah, the bottom ones are for 25 through 30 for a master.
yeah,
He's going for a journeyman, right?
correct.
Yeah, he doesn't have the timing.
Right.
Okay,
So I'll make a motion to deny it
Mr. Reeves makes a motion to deny this
due to
application
not enough time.
due to not enough time worked under a master. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Mr. Ziwi. Are there any questions on this motion? Any questions? Being that there's none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? The application is denied. Okay. Well, I believe that concludes all the business that needs to be done here today. Thank you, gentlemen. I don't believe we have a meeting in April. We do not.
Oh, I thought there was a typo,
No?
so we don't.
I think because it's election, what? Oh, you're not gonna be here? Oh, no, that's May.
The glue that holds it together,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay, so our next meeting will be Tuesday, May 6th, 2025 at 1 PM. If there's no objection, I'll take a motion for adjournment. Motion by Mr. Armstrong, seconded by Mr. Brett. Any questions on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The meeting is adjourned. Thank you.